difference between meditating and having a spiritual path? And I was thinking about this because in today's world, we are blessed to be in the age of information. We have so much knowledge, or maybe information is a better word, available to us. So many meditations, guided meditations, blogs, testimonials, techniques. And this creates a wealth of possibilities, but it can also be confusing. So I wanted to address this in this video. And I consider myself to be very fortunate because I was blessed in my seek and my thirst for spiritual development and knowledge to come across both masters and paths. And so I just wanted to share that there is a difference between picking and choosing and having access to different exercises and meditations and having a path. And what's the main difference? Well, the main difference is that a path is a way. It is like a map and a series of instructions on how to follow the map. And it has a destination which is clearly spelled out. While meditations and exercises are things that can help us feel better, and they can help us in different stages of our life or different moments of our life in acquiring certain something, perhaps healing from a trauma, or perhaps increasing a creativity, but they are not really comprehensive as a path. So I wanted to share, for example, something about the MPA, which stands for Deep Meditation and Self-Knowledge, is an example of a path. So first of all, the objective, the destination of the MPA is to get into contact, to reside in a state of unity with the source of our being. And the main way through which we do this is through deep meditation, which means cultivating silent, concentrated awareness. And by practicing this deep meditation every day, multiple times a day if possible, in order to deepen and increase our residing into the state of silent awareness. And together with this main and core practice, which leads to the objective of this path, we also have a map, meaning we can see how other directions and how other turns may lead us in other directions astray from our objective. But also we have tools to ascertain if we are moving away from that. And so in this path, for example, we divide noise, which is the opposite of silence, into two main types: small noises and big noises. Very easy. And small noises are the noises that get ironed out with practice over months and years. And they are, for example, the fact that we're not used to having a quiet mind. We're not used to single-pointed, focused concentration. We're not used to pure being. And then there are bigger noises. These are the things that might be there or emerge in such a deep path of silent awareness. For example, childhood trauma. For example, very strong belief systems, convictions about things that hinder our inner and outer path towards oneness with the source of our being. So you see that having a path, having a direction, having a way, having core practices, having satellite practices is something that can extremely help in our spiritual development. Much more usually, we can't pigeonhole life, usually much more than picking a meditation exercise when I feel like it, or just following a course for some time, then getting bored, going on to something else. All of that is beautiful, and it's exploring knowledge and it's exploring what's out there. But it isn't the same as having a path, and it isn't a direct way to spiritual unfoldment or development. And even though many people say all paths lead to the same thing and they're all kind of ultimately the same, it's not quite exactly true. I mean, they might, and if they're serious paths and ways, they will all conduct towards, profound peace and sense of unity. But for example, the objective of the MPA isn't enlightenment. And we've talked about this with, Father Ballister, who created this path. But there are paths, for example, the AYP, the Advanced Yoga Practices, which I found later on in my life, whose objective, if you will, is enlightenment. And just to give another slight perspective, and it's also very similar, and that's why I guess I included it in my own path. Maybe I'll share a bit more about that in another video. But enlightenment in the AYP is seen as a merge of blissful silent awareness and ecstasy in the energy channels and in the nervous system. And so it blends these two components, and it looks at the establishing of the witness of silent awareness, mainly also through deep meditation. So another way, another path that is anchored in silence. But then it also says that this silence can find its way and merge with a purified nervous system, purified channel system. And that is mainly achieved through the use of pranayama, and in particular, spinal breathing pranayama, which purifies the central nervous system, all of the spinal nerve from the bottom, from the root, from the perineum, all the way to the brain and to this point in between the eyebrows. And so it's, again, a very, very clear path, and you're instructed into, practicing it twice daily for 20 minutes a day, first with deep meditation and then adding different elements. So I would like to just leave you with this question, and not necessarily an answer. And it is, have you got a path? Do you know where you are going? Have you got a plan and a strategy to get there?